2021.
Hopefully this is a good sign for the cruise industry, and hopefully we can get back.
I hope so.
The most epic year ever on The Tyler Show. Coming up in this next hour, we're going to be showing you the best highlights from 2021. So sit back, relax, and grab yourself a beverage because we're throwing it back.
Thursday slow but steady by Friday night. Damn, I'm ready for the weekend. Gonna holler like a dog. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm gonna cook me a big old hog.
What's up, everybody? It is the weekend show, Friday Night Live. It is good to be back here. It has been a moment, but we are back here and we are live. So let me know for 5x5 in the chat. That means you can see. That means you can hear me. If we are, give me a 5x5 in the chat. So while waiting for those confirmations, I'm looking over here at the monitor over here. It looks like when we get the confirmations, we're going to wait and see when those start rolling in. But in the meanwhile, guys, welcome in. It's good to have everyone back here on another Friday night live. It looks like we do have some confirmations of 5x5s. I see 1, 2, and 3 5x5s. So we are good, and it is good to be back here. Once again, thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll get to people who are in the chat in just a moment. More people start rolling into the stream. By the way, if you have not done so yet already, feel free to go down below and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified when we post a lot more cruise videos, travel videos, and videos from the Space Coast. And also when we do this live stream, because we're bringing it back next year, hopefully at least twice a month. So we'll get to more into what the future plans are for this channel a little bit later into the live show. But first, I do want to touch on the newest video of the channel. By the way, if you have not yet seen the newest video on the channel already, it is the Norwegian Escape video. So this video came out on Monday at 12 o'clock. It features the Norwegian Escape. It also features the one, the only, of course, the Carnival Mardi Gras, which is, of course, a fabulous ship sailing away from Canaveral. It also features the one, the only, the, of course, the Carnival Elation and the Carnival Ecstasy, a double ship. Now, only one sailed away, of course, the Elation sailed away. But go check that video out. Again, this video was a very special video. It was the last ship spotting video, or at least brand new ship spotting video of the year. Of course, we do have more ship spotting videos we're going to film later this year. Of course, as it's winter break and stuff, we're going to film some more videos. But this was the last ship spotting video that we published of the year. That's brand new content. And again, speaking of that being brand new content, there were some parts of this newest video that I left out, and it was a biking video. So again, I biked around the port to film this video, which people don't know, but take a look at my bike vlog, which got cut out because I don't think anyone wants to watch a ship spotting video with Tyler on the bike. What's up, everybody? It is Tyler here from The Tyler Show, and we are here in Cape Canaveral. Already also, we're made it here to Jetty Park right now. We're waiting for the Mardi Gras, which is right behind us. It's departing soon. Alright, everyone, so yeah, that's going to do it for here at Jetty Park now. We're going to get something to eat down there at Rusty's. Escape is leaving, of course, a little bit after sunset, so I have to get back over to my location because, of course, we're on the bicycle today. But thank you so much for watching. Yeah, as mentioned, I don't think anyone really wants to see Tyler on the bike as a ship spotting video. So that was the last ship spotting video. Those shots were cut out of the video. So once again, I did hope you enjoyed the last video. Of course, the last video was it was a great one. I personally really did enjoy filming that one. Of course, we hanged out with Brandon Barker from, of course, Cruising His Life on Instagram and Brandon Barker on YouTube. Check his channel out. We're going to have him on the live show hopefully sometime beginning next year. He's going to come on the show with us, and we're going to be doing an hour-long, Q&A and stuff. So stay tuned for that video. We don't know when that's going to happen. We still have to do the scheduling and stuff, but we're going to get him on the show and some other guests, which we're going to talk about the future of this live stream on Friday nights, which, of course, will be beginning back weekly or semi-weekly, hopefully sometime in the new year. That's for sure, of course. Now, let's talk about the highlights of 2021. Of course, you clicked on this video, you wanted to see, let's look back at 2021. So what is 2021 for the channel? 2021 for the channel was an epic year of proportions, right? With some of the most epicest things happened this year, right? Just epic proportions. So one of the biggest things was the analytics, right? One of the things of being a YouTuber is you have the analytics. Those are the things that really narrate what moves you do for the channel, what videos do very successful. Well, let's talk about the numbers for video views. For overall video views this past year, the past 365 days, had over 88,000 views. That's right, 88,000 views on the channel. That's a crazy number, okay? A lot of channels don't even get anywhere close to that. So just that in 1 year, and I'm still a relatively small channel. I'm this purely grateful for all those views, and again, it couldn't be done without you guys. So I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me achieve 88,000 views. That's a number to be proud of right there. But another number to be proud of was that we got over 631 subscribers, which in 1 year is just it's a massive number to get. So again, I want to thank everyone who shared the content, shared it to their friends, gave me shout outs and stuff. I am truly thankful and blessed by each and every one of you. Again, all this stuff could not be possible without all of your guys' support. So I want to thank each and every one of you for getting those supports, getting those channel milestones, if you will. Again, could have not been done without each and every one of you. So speaking of channel milestones, over the summer, our biggest trip on the channel was going to Texas to see SpaceX, but we also went to the Port of Galveston, and it was a very fun trip. Of course, we were able to travel with Nick. Great dude. Hope to go back over there sometime next year, maybe meet with him again. But yeah, what a wonderful time down there in Texas. So we're going to go ahead and show you a quick little film about that trip and recap that event, because that was probably the highlight trip of the summer of 2021. Alright, so guys, so we're reacting to our trip from Galveston, Texas on July the 15th, 2021. Of course, Carnival Breeze was there for first ever passenger cruise ever from the Port of Galveston since the restart. And it was a busy day there at the port, a lot more busier than Canaveral, whatever it was ever in July. Of course, the port put in a new sign, as you can see there. Of course, had to represent Texas, and of course, Carnival Breeze was packed.
There she goes, Carnival Breeze, y'all. What a ship.
So, of course, also during this sail away, we hanged out with Nick from Travel with Nick. Check his channel out, of course, one of our great partner channels here at the channel. And we saw this epic sail away, which I dare say was pretty dang epic. Of course, this was my first time ever shooting Galveston sailaways. I think I did a pretty good job, of course. I actually had a one camera setup for this shot, just using mostly the Canon, so I think it overall went pretty good. And again, it was a little windy on that day as well. That's why some of the shots are very, very shaky, because, well, it was very, very windy. Also on this trip, we did something different than we usually don't do, is we flew the drone during sail away, and oh my goodness, the results are just, well, you'll see in a second. I believe they were 110% stunning. Just look at that aft. While we were also there at the Port of Galveston, we did do a live stream, and unfortunately the live stream did corrupt itself, but here's some highlights from that live stream.
And as you can tell, we're not in Kansas, or I should say Port Canaveral anymore, y'all. We are live and direct from the Port of Galveston here in Texas, here on a monumental day for the cruise industry. as that ship over there, the Carnival Breeze, will be setting sail for the very first time with paying passengers today after a long 16-month of suspended operations. Once again, smash that like button, y'all. It greatly helps support the channel. The other ships in port today, guys, is the Independence of the Seas, and of course the Carnival Breeze, as you see right over there. But yeah, there you go. That's the Baywatch, one of these cool cruises here. One of these dolphin tour. And Mike says, is that the hotel called the Harbor House, something like that? Yeah, Mike, so I'm gonna show you right here. This is actually the Harbor House right here. And yeah, this is the world famous hotel, visited by many famous cruise vloggers, and absolutely an amazing hotel. Wish I was staying here, but unfortunately they didn't quite work out with our scheduling, so we're staying actually in Houston tomorrow to go see the Johnson Space Center. So
yeah, it was pretty neat to stream all the way over there in Houston, Texas, for of course seeing the Carnival Breeze. Now here's information on some of the hotels we stayed at, as we didn't touch on the Harbor House. We stayed at some Holiday Inns all the way over there in Texas, so enjoy a little bit of that, plus a little bit of highlights of the Texas trip. Without further ado, we're going to dive into this trip. So this trip was about 6 nights or 6 days. We left Wednesday to Tuesday. So we went just to Texas. I mean, of course, we had to drive through Mobile, Alabama. We had to drive through Mississippi and, of course, Louisiana. However, again, our main purpose of this trip was head to Texas to see Starbase. That was the main objective. We'll get to Starbase in a minute. Very cool facility. Spoiler alert. But yeah, along the way, we stopped overnight in a town which is basically on the border of Louisiana, which the town's called Slidell or Slidell. It's a really interesting town. It's relatively small. It's an interstate town. They have a lot of shopping plazas, but we stayed at a Holiday Inn Express, which I'll show you some photos right here on the screen of the Holiday Inn Express. Very modern, very nice, and we did stay at Holiday Inns throughout the whole entire trip, so this was just one of them. Very nice. A lot of offshore workers, so people who worked off on the oil rigs definitely stayed there. There's definitely a lot of workers outside. Of course, were staying in maybe Fort Shawn in Mississippi near the Gulf to the offshore ships, because there was a lot of heavy equipment parked outside the hotel. But yeah, a very nice modern hotel, very safe, very secure. Holiday Inn, great breakfast. We stayed at Holiday Inns throughout the whole entire trip. So now we're going to go head over and talk about the Johnson Space Center. That's right, y'all. We're going to share you the information you need to know if you're going to Johnson Space Center. Maybe you live in the Houston area and you wondering what Johnson Space Center is like. Well, I'm going to explain the information. And also, if you're a vlogger, what not to do there, because security did yell at me one time. So I'll explain that story. So I'm going to talk about my security incidents, what I hinted out earlier in the story. So we were at the Space Center in Houston checking in, and I brought my let's see if I can get it. I brought this Manfrotto tripod, which it's very safe. You know, you can't really harm anyone with this thing. I mean, maybe if you buy one of these tripods, you can't buy one of these tripods. This you can extend it, and I guess it's considered a weapon. It is extendable. There are some sharp edges, but this thing is relatively. I mean, you can do not that much harm. Maybe you could throw it at somebody, but I don't get why. But they wouldn't allow me to bring that in, which I thought was interesting, and I don't get why, because at the Space Center in Kennedy Space Center in Florida, I brought this tripod, which is the exact same thing as this one. Okay, of course, this one bends and the other one doesn't, but and they had no problem. Security didn't say anything. They didn't even ask. And also, I brought my professional vlogging gear, no questions. And then at the one at Johnson Space Center, I brought my Osmo Pocket, which I saw a sign and it says it was banned, so I had kept it in my pocket, but this was banned. I kind of get why it was banned. This kind of does look like a knife case, but still, I don't understand why. Another thing was supposedly GoPros was banned too. I have no clue what these camera rules are and why they're there. They absolutely make no sense. Because the funny thing is, I brought my DSLR camera or my point and shoot, my Canon, and they had no problems bringing that into the Space Center. They said nothing about that, but I can't bring a tripod or a gimbalized camera or a GoPro. I have no clue where they're coming from, but that's my experience there with cameras there at the Space Center. Now we're going to show you a quick video of the overall Texas trip highlight.
T-minus 27 seconds and counting. All recorded.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing.
Falcon 9 is at startup.
Ignition.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
liftoff.
And Starbase Flight Control has confirmed Starship has landed. We're looking at SpaceX's Starship Suborbital Test Vehicle number 15.
LD is go for launch.
So there you go. That was the recap of the Texas trip, along with some highlights from the live stream that we did. We did recap the Texas trip in whole. Again, the Space Center thing, that was that definitely a highlight over there. We have some people in the chat. We'll get to the chat in just a moment, but again, we'll add some more further details to the Texas trip. We stayed in South Padre when we went down to Starbase, of course. I also stayed a Holiday Inn there. Overall, a fantastic trip down to Texas. A highlight of the summer. Got to see Starbase, which, by the way, if you have not been to Starbase yet, and if you're heading down to Texas, this is a must-do, okay? It's a little bit, it's about a 6-hour drive from Houston, but it is worth it 110%. I mean, I can't even say, like, there's, like, I swear, it's one of the coolest places on Earth, just because you have some of the world's most powerful rockets, and yet you can see these in person without a tour guide. It's just a fantastic area anyway down there, so... Anyhow, we're getting to the chat now, so let's go ahead and say hey to the folks over there in the chat. The chat pulled up on this monitor over here. So we first want to say hey to the first person in the chat, which was none other than Anthony Simone. Anthony, good to have you in here. Nathan from Best of Boat Worlds was in here. We also had Stickbot101 in here. Good to have you in here, buddy. Bianco was in here. We also had Rob from Cruising on the High Seas, Landon from Cruise Pulse, Billy J Travels, and a whole lot more. So again, welcoming everybody. They also saying, this is Nathan says, next time you go to Texas, you should meet Elon Musk. Here's the deal, Nathan. If Elon Musk wants to meet up with me, you know, I'm 100% down for it. So Elon, if you're watching the video, which I strongly doubt you are, I'm personally available. I'm ready to go meet. We can discuss, you know, like your recovery fleet and all that cool stuff. So, and also Stickbot is agreeing with Nathan that I should go ahead and meet Mr. Elon Musk. Also, another question from Stickbot. He says, did you see the most recent rocket launch, Tyler? Yes, I did go ahead and see it. The most recent one was Falcon 9, I believe, XP out of Florida. I did get up. I did stay up for it. I did see it. Well, sort of I did see it. I mean, I didn't actually see it go up. I was up. I watched it on TV. But unfortunately, it was very cloudy here in Orlando, so you couldn't quite see it. It was really clear at the Cape, but there was some clouds over here in Orlando, so we couldn't see it. There is a rocket launch this weekend. I'll try to do it. So again, stay tuned to our social media feeds here at the channel. It's either at on the Twitter, at the Cruise Junkie, or on Instagram. I'll try to post something on the stories if I end up getting another one of those streak shots. So once again, everyone, if you have any questions concerning the topics we're talking about, so if we're talking about our Texas trip, feel free to put those in. If we're talking about Ships by Port Canaveral, feel free to put those comments in. I'll try to answer them when the time is relevant. So again, we want to welcome everyone into the show. Again, we haven't done these shows in a while, so it does take a little bit to get back into the flow of things. But speaking of Texas, we're going to round up this topic right here, close it out. Galveston is such a neat port, guys. I say Galveston is number 2 for me in coolest ports. Now I'm not saying like the like Port Miami. Nothing against Port Miami, but in terms of coolest ports to ship spot, take videos from, Galveston is number 2. Canaveral's number 1 with land base, but if you're a drone pilot, Galveston is for you, because Galveston sail away options, you're golden. Those are the best places for drones, because flying drones in Port Canaveral is looked down upon, so you can't really fly it anywhere near the actual naval base, which is basically Jetty Park. So Jetty Park, you can't fly at Port Canaveral. The other parts of the port, they don't really like that, so don't go ahead and do that. But yeah, if you fly at Jetty Park, the FBI will probably show up at your house, so don't go ahead and do that. But Galveston, though, they're really fine. Again, if you fly at the actual port area, maybe someone will say something like don't do it. But if you actually take off from further down, like right where the sail away is, where they would exits the channel. Those are the golden place because, again, airspace just fine, and overall a cool place to ship spot from. So hopefully, if I do plan another trip back to Texas, we'll go ahead and back to Galveston or something like that. So stay tuned. Next year going to be an interesting year for the channel. We're gonna close out the show with my plans for the next year, so you want to stay tuned for that. But again, y'all, we also want to mention. Last thing about Texas is the Brownsville. So we went to Brownsville, right? This is something interesting because it involves cruising. So back in 2010 or something like that, the Port of Brownsville wanted to get into the cruise market, which is just, it's weird, okay? Port of Brownsville, if you guys don't know, it's at the border. So not really a cruise market. Anywho, they basically were spending a lot of money trying to see what the logistics of getting a cruise terminal and all this stuff in it. By the way, if you've ever been to the Port of Brownsville, you'll know that the Port of Brownsville is a very industrial port. And basically it's like a big scrapyard and some oil farms and stuff. It's not really a passenger port like Galveston, because Galveston has downtown and all that stuff, or Canaveral. So again, it was quite interesting to say the least, seeing, of course, Brownsville, because of course that was the big story a few years ago. Was Brownsville was trying to get a cruise port. I think Princess or someone was trying to see if they can negotiate getting one of their ships down there. And that never actually happened. Princess did leave the Gulf. Princess originally did have ships selling out of Galveston a while back, but they did leave and then Princess focused their operations on Fort Lauderdale down there in Florida. So that's going to wrap up the Texas trip. But we have one more comment from Billy J Travels. He says, I like cruising out of New Orleans, right by downtown New Orleans. Plus, it's only 3 hours from where I live in Pensacola, Florida. Yeah. For where I live, Billy, we have to go up past Pensacola to Slidell, and then Galveston is it's about let me see. So we left the hotel at 6 a.m. Got to Galveston about lunchtime. So it's about a 6 or so hour drive or so from Galveston to Slidell, which is basically closest to New Orleans. Basically, it's New Orleans. Probably add and plus a few from 4, and then you'll get your time. But Galveston's a cool market if you're looking for one of the bigger ships, because I know New Orleans is limited with the ship size. But overall, Galveston is overall an amazing port. So, we also have a comment from Nathan. He says he mainly cruises out of Port Canaveral, but there are 3 cruise ports between 2 and 4 hours away from me. And then they also have a good bit of smaller cruise ports that ACL ships can dock out. And so he's talking about the ports near Baltimore area where American Cruise Line docks at. So we also have a comment from Stickbot. He says, speaking about a trip from Florida to Galveston or Florida to Texas, he says it took him 7 hours to get over there. Yeah, for us, it took us around... we broke up the drive down to Starbase in 3 days. We drove from... First day, we drove from Orlando all the way over to... Slidell, which is basically outside of New Orleans, and then from New Orleans we drove to Galveston. Then from Galveston we drove all the way over to South Padre, and on the way we stopped in Corpus Christi to see the naval ship. And a Stickbot is saying, actually, he's clarifying his comment. He says it took him 7 hours to get to New Orleans. Yeah, again, New Orleans isn't that far away from Florida. It's a good way to break up the trip because New Orleans from Texas, it's like the next state over. Of course, Louisiana is. It's a long drive to Louisiana going through the bayou all the way over to Texas, but it's worth the drive. It's a very scenic drive going through the bayou. I definitely do love going over there to Texas. It's definitely a must do, and definitely will be heading back there very, very soon. So that's going to close out of our Texas trip recap, of course, as we are recapping 2021 in a review. We're going to go talk about ship spotting now, because this was basically what this channel was the past year. It's still going to be, okay, guys? Again, this channel will be Port Canaveral based going forwards, with, of course, cruise chats with other creators on this channel as well. So just expect that going forward. But we're going to talk about ship spotting at Port Canaveral. Here's a little bit of a highlight reel, if you will, of this whole year. We're going to talk to Jay from the Ship Life. He's in this interview. We have an extended cut from his interview, and also Tony's interview, the full-length one. If you watched the Odyssey of the Seas or Carnival Mardi Gras arrival video, you will know we sat down with Tony and Jay, or we stand up and talked with Tony and Jay, if you will, while we, of course, we were asking them their opinions and reflections on the Mardi Gras coming over to Port Canaveral. So sit back and enjoy this Port Canaveral recap of most of the highlights from Port Canaveral over the year. One of the many highlights of this past year has been the chance to ship spot some amazing sailways at Port Canaveral and meet many and fans such as you. So we're gonna kick down this countdown with a very special video from when I went to the Cape for a weekend and had the chance to ship spot Bob and Doug arriving into port during a storm.
What's up, everybody? So this is outside right now. As you can see there, weather's not looking the best. There's a ship offshore called Doug and Bob, so I'm debating if I should go ahead and strength up the courage and get a closer view of the ships coming in over at Jetty Park. So y'all, plot twist, yeah, we're outside now. We're gonna go watch the SpaceX boats. We're here, we're gonna get some shots of these ships coming in, because we're tracking the SpaceX fleet along with the cruise fleet. So tomorrow will be the cruise fleet. Today is the SpaceX Navy. Anyways, that's Bob over there. It's making progress, but I had to go get a jacket, so I didn't get soaked, of course. But I can tell I'm already soaked. So we're here, actually at Jetty Park, as mentioned. Doug arrived first, not Bob. Bob is actually right behind me. I gotta make sure I keep the camera wet. Oh, there you go, it's right down there. Also, this camera's battery is almost dead, and yeah, I'm the only one out here. It's really weird, because usually for these fleet arrivals, there's always a lot of photographers, but we're going to go post this stuff online as soon as we get back to the editing suite, so we'll see you back on the tripod.
So yeah, what a day that was. So also during the Cape, during the year, we had many chances to see arrivals for the first time, such as the date when the MSC Megarvilla arrived in Port Canaveral for the very first time ever. We met up with Brandon Barker from the YouTube channel Cruising His Life. Great dude. We're going to have him on the live stream hopefully sometime beginning next year. But also we met up with Jay from the Ship Life when the Mardi Gras was here. Here's a little bit of an extended cut of that interview. And yes, I do look weird with my hair because it was almost 100 degrees. Or at least it felt like that.
You have a channel, Ship Life. You covered the cruise news. Well, how big is this coming to Port Canaveral, seeing the Mardi Gras?
Honestly,
here?
This is huge. I mean, I drove 2 hours to get out here. I'm actually really excited. One thing I'm really excited to see is when the Odyssey gets here, because I want to see the side-by-side comparison with the Odyssey versus the Mardi Gras.
Yeah, you excited to see that big letters on the Odyssey too?
Yeah, I mean, this day alone is, I think, monumental. This is historic. Just to see the cruise ships actually come back over here to Port Canaveral, it's a big deal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Especially the Odyssey having the Carnival ships, then Disney possibly leaving any minute now. I mean, hopefully this is a good sign for the cruise industry, and hopefully we can get back.
I hope so. I hope so. Honestly, I think it's time. It's definitely time to get back into operation. Yeah. This has gone on long enough. There has to be some type of ending to this in a positive way.
Yes, of course, of course.
And also, you may say it's deja vu, but we met up with another famous cruise tuber, and that was none other than Tony from La Lido Loca. Here's another extended cut from his interview. And again, we weren't expecting to do this interview. This was an unscripted interview, so hope you enjoy it.
Alright, y'all, so we're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Tony from La Lido Loca.
No, I'm here with Tyler.
Yeah.
But this is Tyler. This is. I've been wanting to meet this guy forever.
Yes, absolutely.
This is the myth, the legend, the man.
Yes, so we're here with, of course, the Odyssey of the Seas. Just arrived from the Bahamas. We weren't expecting it to be here, right? We were expecting it to come out around like 1 o'clock, right?
I knew it was coming sometime today. I hate that I missed seeing it come in, but what a beautiful ship, right?
I know, that and on top of the Mardi Gras, I mean, what could you ask for a better day?
Those just became my top 2 ships I want to cruise.
The newest ships in the industry right here in one day. What an amazing sight. So Tony, of course, we know you're going to be on not this ship, but the sister, not her sister, but
in the family.
In the family, there you go, with the Adventure of the Seas.
Adventure of the Seas.
Counting down the days, how many do you
8
got?
days. 8 days until I cruise again.
So when you're watching this video, it could be less. So again, check Tony's channel out. He does the cruise news every single week. You definitely do not want to miss it. So
absolutely.
Tony, once again, thanks for being in here. And guys, we'll see you on the Lido, right? We're saying that?
See you on the Lido. He's going to leave me hanging.
Hey, goodness. Great to meet you, Tony.
See you on the Lido.
Man, what an interesting interview to watch. I totally left him hanging in. Oh my goodness, do I regret that. Anywho, guys, as you can see there, it was hot, sweaty. I was up since basically 2 in the morning, so it was a long day, but as you can see there, first time doing the interview thing, I got to perfect my craft, you know. Wasn't one of the best ones, but expect more interviews coming either in person or online via one of these live streams coming in the near future. Here's the deal, though. Over the past 12 months, we've done a record-breaking 12 ship spotting videos, and here's the deal. There's actually 13 ship spotting videos that were made. However, there was one that was not released because here's the deal. The quality of this video is not exactly the best, and I mean it's not the best, not because it's not like great filming, it's just, it's very, very dark, and some of the footage is very, very grainy. But you know what, as a Christmas present to all of you great subscribers and loyal viewers of the channel, I will be leaking this video to all of you, because again, these videos usually make it to Patreon, but here's the deal, I care about you all very much, and I will release it in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this early morning ship spotting video here in Port Canaveral. That's the Allure of the Seas right behind me. This Sunday was her last passenger cruise here from the Space Coast. And again, big thank you to our Patreon supporters who make these videos possible. You can find more about becoming a Patreon via the link in the description below. I am Tyler, and you're watching another video. So yeah, there you go. That was the Patreon video that we were originally going to release to Patreon, but we never actually released it because the footage was very, very windy. We'll talk about more about Patreon a little bit later in the show and how you can support me and help create more content like you just saw there. Of course, the reason we have not released that video, for people wondering why has it not been released, the reason is because of that dark. As you can see, there's very dark, a lot of grainy, and overall, it was one of my best videos, so I did not push it out there to the world. But if you stumbled across this live stream, you are in luck because you saw the super rare Port Canaveral ship spotting video, plus the rare full Tony interview along with Jay. So again, a big thank you to everyone who supported the channel during those ship spotting days. Here's the deal. We're going to talk about the future of ship spotting on the channel. So going forward, we're doing a lot more ship spotting videos. We're going to do it more of a vlogging style, like, hey, this is here, this is the ship. I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to try to do more vlogging style compared to more scenic videos. Like the last one you just saw was a vlog / scenic style. It will be a lot more of that style of video. Compared to the Independence of the Seas video, which is doing surprisingly very well. That's a very a scenic video, if you will. It means it's a lot of pure raw port sounds and not really a lot of music. But the problem I'm adding music in, why I'm adding the music into the videos going forward, is because of the wind. It's a pain to edit, and to fix the audio, it takes me forever to get the audio sounding right. So I am going to go ahead and go ahead, as mentioned, go ahead and do that. So go ahead, do forward fun doing that. So I had to go deal with something, guys. There you go. So sorry for that, guys. We had one of these new bots in the chat, so we had to delete that. So there's a new thing going on YouTube, so if you're wondering what I was just doing, I was looking over there at the chat. I had to go delete a bot, if you will. So there's this new bot thing going around where they spam this one website. I've seen a lot of chats spam where they put on these channels with over 1,000. They'll just go there and start spamming this thing. So had to deal with that. But anywho, back to the stream. Sorry for that again, guys. I had a little bit of a bot in the chat, not a troll. It's a bot. There's a difference, right? So again, that's what we're having with the ship spotting videos. We're gonna do a lot more. We're going to Port Canaveral on the 26th. So if you're watching this video, feel free to head to Port Canaveral. We're doing a meetup there on the 26th of December. As of right now, we're planning to go there the day after Christmas to see the Mardi Gras, which is very rare for a Sunday, right? So it's a Sunday. You have the Carnival Mardi Gras, which is a super rare ship. You also have the Carnival Elation or Magic's going to be. I think it's the Magic. You're going to have the Anthem of the Seas, the Disney Fantasy, Harmony of the Seas, MSC Megaregalia. So it's going to be an epic, at least a 5-ship sail away. The Anthem's leaving at 9 o'clock at night, so I don't think I'm staying for that sail away. So it's going to be an epic 5-ship sail away with 6 total ships in port. And I guess technically, if you count the Victory 1, technically 7 ships. But the Victory 1, it sails every day, so I don't think we should technically count it as a cruise ship, but there is that. So again, those are the plans for ship spotting going forward at the port. Also, beginning next year, I'm trying to get a live streaming rig for this camera right here, so I can power this camera up with the live streaming gear, so I can stream HD video from the port, because I'm using the web camera now. I usually do that for the port live streams, and the quality is absolutely garbage with the web camera. So in terms of the port cam, of course, if you watch the second channel, you can see I did the cruise cam, which is a cool live stream, but the quality is lackluster. But Nathan from Best of Boat World says, what's Nathan say? Nathan says Tyler needs to go do a tour next summer. Yes, I do need to go do a tour next summer, and not sure if I will do a tour next summer, but I will go around the country to go into the most popular ports well, I call it Port Canaveral and Galveston. But I'm trying to work things out. But Sarah and Bob from the Q's Cruiser are in here. Sarah and Bob, it is great to have you in here. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, it is again a absolute honor to have you in here. Looks like the YouTube must have removed your moderator privileges. So let me fix that. There you go. Should be fixed. Somehow YouTube sometimes goes through and cleans out the moderators and stuff. So hopefully that fixes everything. And Stickbot101 says, if you go on any ships, take me with you. Here's the deal. My goal is one day to take people on cruises. You know, like the Mr. Beast of cruising. That's my goal one day, okay? Probably a few years away, but you know, like do epic challenges on the cruise ships for money and stuff. So just be on the lookout. When I do get eventually back cruising, the content will be different. It will be like anything you've ever seen on YouTube, because I'm not doing the cruise vlogs. I confirm that. I will not be doing, well, not your traditional cruise vlogs, if you will. You know, like this. You know, like the good old. Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we are here on board the ship. Let's go show you around the ship. No, we're going to be doing epic videos. I'm just waiting for the right moment, because again, if you watch the cruise news today, which again, I haven't really posted on this channel, the cruise news, as much. Focus the second channel. The cruise news, it's getting harder and harder on a ship, so I'm holding out. I'm just waiting for it changes every day, so I'm hoping where it will stay. Hopefully later at the end of this year, the things will be more consistent. Like the protocols will be changing every 5 minutes, because that's why you haven't seen that many cruise videos from me on the ships, because the protocols are changing so rapidly. It's a lot of hurdles to jump through, so especially with the whole testing thing, which I know they won't get rid of the testing anytime soon, but hopefully the testing down the road, it'll be more consistent, because again, it was originally like you only need a test 72 hours before you cruise, or only at the terminal. Then they go, okay, we got rid of the terminal testing. And then, you know, if you do a weekend cruise, that means you have to do the test on a Wednesday. Then it conflicts with school. So it's very complex getting on a cruise ship. So that's why I've not seen any cruise ship videos. But we've seen a lot of ship spotting. But I will get on a cruise ship eventually, hopefully within the next few years. So I'm hoping the protocols would change in terms of just the overall consistency of the protocols. It's what I'm looking for, is the consistency, because they're changing every 5 minutes. So that's the reason I haven't booked any cruise. We have cruise credit, but we will book very, very soon. Nathan, speaking of cruising, he's like, Tyler, come on up to the he said this like 500 times. I gotta remember. The Delramina Peninsula up there, he says, to go take you on the ferry. Even though he says the sailaway party on the ship is kind of boring. Yeah, Nathan, here's the deal. One of these days, we're going to do an epic group cruise somewhere down here in Florida, and we're going to invite every one of you. So I will be working on the group cruise. It will be happening sometime. It'll be a few years away, right? Because here's the deal. I want to do a group cruise. I don't want to be like the guy going, oh, I'm doing a group cruise next weekend. Everyone feel free to join us. I want to give you guys enough time, and we're going to do an epic group cruise with lots of channels, right? Like a collaboration group cruise. Because if I want to do a group cruise on this channel, going forwards, it will have to be with other channels, so we get the best, of course, overall it's the best people. You know, we get a lot of channels, a lot of groups, so we get a big group. That would be my goal going forwards. And Delmarva Peninsula, that's where you go. So that's it. I'm sure pronouncing it. I'm sure I'm butchering it. But I need to get Nathan on the show. Maybe I can pull him up on the line. No, I can't do that right now. But anywho, guys, again, going forwards in the channel, we're doing a lot more Canaveral content next year. So stay tuned for that. Again, let me know what you want to see down below. Let me also, if you want to see guests on the live stream, let me know down in the comments below. This is the part of the show I have put on my little sheet right here. Basically, to see if I can focus this sheet. Yeah, this little sheet right here. I have that on the little sheet right here to go ahead and show you what's the future of the channel, right? So if you have any recommendations of what you want to see on this channel going forward, then 2022, let us know. And if you're watching this on the replay, again, comment down below what you want to see here on the channel. If you want to see more ship spotting videos, let me know. If you want to see more Port Canaveral guide videos, like I did Vacation Florida Space Coast to Holiday Inn video, if you want to see more of those, again, let me know. And also with the live stream, this is the thing I need to know, because I took a break from the live streams because I was running out of content. You know, I could talk about the cruise news every night. I could sit here and not have any clue. I was just rant for an hour, which I don't like doing. So going forwards, I'm trying to have a theme with each show. Like this year, we were looking back on the year, what was up with the ship spotting, I guess how great it was. This year overall was, it's hard to believe this year went by so fast. I know earlier in the chat, Nathan was saying before the show, this year's just flown by unbelievably. It's hard to believe 12 months are already gone like that. It's like a snap of the fingers, you know. So again, let us know going down in the future what you guys want to see. I'm hoping to reboot the live streams with guests on board. So, and if you're a creator and you want to come on the show, of course, feel free. Just let me know, and I'll reach out to you in the future to get you on one of these shows. Because here's the deal: it's great doing the live streams, but when you're doing it all by yourself, it does get quite not boring, but just quite lonely. So, you are a cruise or travel content creator and you want to come on the show, let me know. Again, I'm trying to get some good interviews lined up before the beginning of the year. But that is what I have here in the script for the channel update in the future of the channel, which is, of course, a lot more Canaveral content coming forward. Here's the deal. My goal is to do a nice informational video. So also, we have a comment here from Stickbot. He says, it still feels like saying, I like ya, Kachi. Okay, he's basically saying that, like, popularity loses very quickly. So, yeah, I do agree with that, that you have to figure out the right trends. It's something with ship spotting, which behind the scenes, because, of course, we're recapping this year. Ship spotting videos are so great to produce, but the thing is, the trends are so weird. The YouTube, usually, if you do, like, a boarding day video or a private island video, your views are getting up there. However, here at Canaveral, certain ships get lots of views. Like, you publish a Norwegian escape video, does pretty well. You publish a 5-ship sail away video titled 5-ship sail away, does terrible. You publish, but you put a name of a ship in the video title, gets lots of views. So it's really confusing, but again, expect a lot more videos coming within the next few years of ship spotting. So again, make sure you go ahead and click the bell so you'll be notified every time we post one of these videos. I have a YouTube short coming up again, all the way over there on this Monday at 12 o'clock, where I showed the ship horn battle, which of course if you watched the last video, it's in the video. So that is what's happening with the channel going forward. That's the last video, I believe, of the year as of right now. Again, you could throw in another one, you know, you never know, another Canaveral trip, who knows. So again, y'all, stay tuned here to the channel. Big moves are happening within the next year. I do want to thank all of our Blue crew. Of course, we want to thank of course Anthony, Nathan, and of course Sarah, for of course being our moderators, keeping the chat clean, safe, and fun. Of course, we do want to thank everyone for joining us for today's stream. Again, it means a lot having everyone join us. I know I haven't done these shows in a while, so that's probably why we don't have the amount of turnout as we used to have, but because I have took a little bit of a break. But again, we're going to start ramping up more live streams in the near future. Hopefully we'll get some guests on the program. Again, Nick, I'll try if I can get him back on the show. I actually had him scheduled sometime last year, but something happened and I didn't quite remember that there was an interview, and so I had him waiting, and I didn't actually even do the show, which was very unfortunate. But I hope to get Nick back on the program when he gets back from his cruise. Maybe do a little what's up with the Carnival Breeze, because we had the Breeze in Canaveral a few years ago, so it will be interesting to have him back on the show. We'll see if we can get those in the works. But again, guys, I want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. I know it's mentioned this every show, but our Patreon supporters keep the lights on and keep the channels going. Again, running a YouTube channel is not at all free. Again, Patreon supporters really do help us do this thing every single week, because paying for music licensing stuff, it gets very costly at times. And again, I'm not in it for the money, right? So just don't know that I'm not in it for the money. It's just that I want to produce better and better quality content, and the Patreon supporters again really help keep the lights on. So I want to thank the Patreon supporters. If you're not already a Patreon supporter, you can go ahead and be one. Again, I greatly appreciate all of you who support me on Patreon. Becoming a Patreon member does give you certain perks, such as rare, never seen before photo dumps. I literally will dump 4 photos about once a week that I haven't published online of Canaveral through my archives. So you want to make sure you join that. And again, any tier as of right now gets that photos dumps and of course those rare videos. Like I did publish a Patreon only vlog, which you can go ahead and check out. Again, if you also want to join the Discord also has links to that rare vlog. But again, I want to thank all of the Patreon supporters. Again, that's one of the best ways to support the channel. And again, we're going to wrap up today's show. And again, we have J-Lo's in here. Good to have you in here. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, everyone, if you're already not subscribed with the bell on, make sure you go ahead and turn the bell on so you're notified every time we post another one of these live streams. Again, we're going to go ahead in the near future and start doing a lot more streams. I know I took a while off, way too long of not doing a show, and I apologize for that, but it's the last few years have been this extremely, last few weeks of this month have been extremely hectic, but we're in the holiday season now, so it is, of course, good to be back here. Hopefully do another live stream very, very soon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us here on another Friday Night Live here with the Tyler Show. And again, we'll be right back here very, very soon with another live stream and video. Take it easy, everyone.